I don't know what I'm missing. And I'm sick. I'm tired.
You were disgusted last night.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah.
I'm everything that is negative, and I'm not a very negative person, y'all. That being said, go.
From a man that bet on Mario Barrios, watching it, I'm like, damn, man, I didn't want Pacquiao to get beat. And after about 7-8, I'm like, okay, he could coast this thing. And I'm just like, he up too.
Yeah.
About halfway through him, I had him up, and then about 10 rounds, I'm like, he's up comfortable. Right. Like Mario Barrios has to win the next round, next couple of rounds, and possibly get a knockdown.
I'm looking at even if you get a knockdown, this might be a close split decision.
And so I had it 8-4, 7-5. All right, let me Anthony go back, because I got a couple of crazy people with some crazy texts. I could have gave Pacquiao a lot of credit, being 46, fighting a 30-year-old. When he had moments, I could have been like his fans. Every moment is a punch to them.
Everything.
I could have turned. I think I turned into that last night. So I probably gave any rounds I felt was close or a swing round, I gave it to Pacquiao. I could have did that. So if I probably looked at it a different way, Mario Barrios could have got more rounds. But I had it 7-5, 8-4.
I had it anywhere. I thought Pacquiao did no worse than a draw. I had it watching live. I had it anywhere from 116, 112 Pacquiao to 6-6. I slept on it, and I woke up and I was like, well, I did definitely give Barrios 4 and 5. And most people, I'm not necessarily. I did watching it live. I thought 10 and 11 were competitive. Pacquiao didn't do nothing in 12. You're holding up 2 fingers. So
I'm counting.
You gave him 2. So
because I don't understand no goddamn 116, 122. Goddamn, I don't know what that means. Go ahead, just keep going.
4 and 5. Let's say he swept 10, 11, 12. I gave him 4 and 5. There's a lot of there's close rounds there. All he needs is one more, and he has a draw. And but Paulie is always talking about this. That
Malignaggi.
Yeah,
shout out to Paulie. That's my guy.
Yeah, he went in as he always does, and he was like, you can't score. It shouldn't work out that one fighter gets all the swing rounds. But Barrios did. When I woke up, I thought it was less egregious, but Pacquiao did no worse than a draw. He either Pacquiao won this fight or Barrios did just enough to hold on to his title with a draw. That's how I saw it. And what was impressive was just Pacquiao, again, Hopkins at 46 wasn't bouncing around like he was taking steps and being a defensive wizard. Foreman was crossing his arms and just trying to land one bomb. This dude was bouncing around. I couldn't believe it. At round 4 and 5, I go, okay, here's father time. He's becoming more of a stationary target. And then that man in the 6th round, he found something and it was so moving to see. I gotta drop this again. So what was beautiful about watching Manny pass his prime is that in his prime, it was almost like, wow, it's just speed and power, and he's kind of wild because his style is so unique.
He was like a fireball.
Right. And so you're almost like, oh, this dude sometimes jumps in with one of his hands low. And so where's the finesse and the feints and all that? Now that it's slowed down, you could see that's the beauty of watching him pass his prime. I could see all the little movements in slow motion now compared to because before it was a 200-mile-an-hour car going right by, like what I just see. You know, and that's with the trained boxing eye.
Who punched me?
Yeah, but now and also the Filipino people. I went to his fights as a fan, as a teenager when he knocked out Morales, my guy Morales, and I always heard those Mani chants, but they hit different last night because
that was special. Those
chants used to be for a dominant monster in his prime, roaring at like a Roman collar. Get his head, Manny. These chants last night were, we got to will our old warrior to the finish line.
Yes, sir.
He needs a little something extra. And this, Manny's feeling a little tired. Manny, we love you. And that was moving. So what more can I say?
Shout out to Mario Barrios.
Shout out to that. What the fuck you do? He didn't even show up last night.
Shout out to Mario Barrios. And I told you I got a badass analogy for y'all. Check this one out, right? Shout out to Mario Barrios. He boxed better than I thought he was gonna box. He used the ring. He moved. He in a lot of ways he played it safe, all that kind of stuff. He used the jab. He didn't do anything more than he should have. But he managed it. He managed the old Manny.
There was one moment in the 8th round he tried to get downhill on Pacquiao, and Pacquiao took a step back, and it was almost like Pacquiao, he punched with a little bit better intentions in this sequence, and it was almost like Pacquiao was like, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the moment for you to get bold, and I saved this one spurt for that moment, and Pacquiao stole the round. So what I'm asking you, Sean, is everybody wanted more from Barrios, more counter-punching. If he had tried that, would he have been that much more in danger again? Is that why he didn't do it? Because he'd get himself hurt trying to do that. And he fought the best he could, is what you saw.
He 100% understood that the things that you guys can't see, and I'm sure this as well, that rhythm, that technique, all those little things, it just throws you off. You just can't get off. At some point, you figure, man, just throw it all to the wolves, and just put the down and put your chin down and just start going for it, right? So here's the analogy. You got an old gun and you got a new gun. This one might shoot a little faster. This one, that bullet might travel a little further. But I still know that this thing works. So even though I got this and I'm ready to go and I got it, I'm still looking at this thing. And this thing still works. Y'all may not like it because it's 46 years old. You may move a little bit slower because it's 46 years old. It may not have that debilitating power the way it used to because it's 46 years old. But over here, I understand that this shit still works. And so even though I'm everything that I'm supposed to be at 30 years old and y'all want me to do so much more, this thing still work, y'all.
That's the first thing.
And there's some things that I just can't get into. I can't explain it to you why I can't get into it. I just know that this thing is still gonna shoot.
The first words after the fight and the post-fight, Mario says, that old man still got a lot of crack.
Yeah.
That's what he said right away. So,
there it is. So I know on the outside looking in, it looked like, he could do his thing and he should have did more and all that kind of stuff. It's still a trained weapon, a part on the other side. And that trained weapon still has the ability to shoot. And whether y'all like it or not, that thing would have been firing off if this thing tried to get going.
Calm down. You act like this is the prime Manny. That was two sea-level fighters in there last night. That wasn't special at all.
That wasn't a special fight.
It wasn't. 46-year-old. We watching a legend. He performed. A legend performed in front of our eyes one more time. Hopefully, I was just one more time.
I want him to be done.
So here's the thing.
We all do. You want him to be done? You want him to be done?
I know he's not done.
No.
You want him to be done?
Because he didn't win the presidential election.
But you want him to be done.
I think he's done. I think he's done.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said, I'm putting politics aside.
Oh, God, Manny.
And he said, I'm going to do this. You know why? Because people are saying it's for the money, it's for this reason, it's for that reason. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'll explain my bias. If I have a personal friend who's fighting, maybe it's just a friendship that I have, but I'll be willing to look at something that other people criticize and try to find a rationale. My friend David Benavidez's first fight at 175 was a tough fight. I said, okay, everybody's fight when they step up a weight class is not a walk in the park, right? Rolly Romero, personal friend of mine, when he fought Pitbull Cruz, I said, okay, you're weight trained. You shouldn't be at 140. You shouldn't. That now, again, that's still a loss, but it was Easter. Why y'all making fun of him?
That was cool of Rolly.
But here's the funny thing. You don't belong at 140. So Mario Barrios, personal friend of mine, I feel bad for him because he did everything that a fighter's supposed to do when they go in there. Now, maybe he didn't do everything that everybody in this room wanted him to do, but I feel bad because if he had gotten a win or a loss, he would get the respect from the crowd because people would say, okay, he fought a legend, he did what he did. This is literally the worst case scenario, and the only people who won last night were the bookies.
Yeah.
The only people who won last night, I walked into the bathroom, the first thing I said is, don't worry, don't forget, fellas, the house always wins.
Right.
The whole place erupts in laughter. Because you think about it, brother, who made the most money last night off that fucking draw? That bullshit draw that you and I both know that said, okay, he could have done enough to draw the fight. Like, you know what? I'll put it this way. This is the comparison I have. It wasn't the first fight between Triple G and Canelo, because that one everyone felt like, what the fuck? But it was more like the second one. The second one, you could say, I know friends of mine, boxers, regular people that, no, Triple G got the second one. But at the same time, they'll say, but I could see it being a draw. Okay, the second fight is not the first fight between Triple G and Canelo. I think if I wanted to compare it, even though we're not talking about the same kind of action, we're just talking about whether it's controversial, I would say it's more like the second fight where you could say, hey man, If I'm a Manny fan, I could find an exact reason to win. And I forget which one of y'all said it, but when the fans were screaming for him, most of the flurry punches didn't actually land. Like half of them didn't.
That's Manny
land.
fights.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, it's like, man, I told Barrios, to be honest, I told him, and there's no secret, I told him, listen, go ask for the rematch. Make him say, no, I don't want it. Because if that's the case, people are gonna sit there. So after the press conference at the end, he said, look, I'm ready to do the rematch if that's what he wants. Because one of my things is with people who criticize a fighter who has a close fight, the ones that I've seen that come back, like, okay, Luis Castillo, right? What did Mayweather have to do? He had to come back and fight him again. That shit would have been a stain on his record if he hadn't, right?
Second fight was more competitive than people remember too. Castillo, he definitely lost.
The better one, Marcos Maidana.
Yeah.
The first fight,
That was not competitive.
It wasn't close, but the first one made him say, wait a minute. Nah, he got to do that. If this is the case, Devin Haney, I was disappointed.
Yeah,
he could have had a trilogy with Loma, and that would have been excellent for his career. And if you keep it real, brother, and you want to look at the comments and how the boxing world turned against him and Bill and him don't understand, brother, that was the point. If he had just said, no, I respect Loma, he's a multiple world time champion, let's do it again. Wherever you want to do it, let's fight again. The boxing world now wouldn't have had that type of hatred and animus that they walked into the Garcia fight with. Like I was from New York, people were dying for him to lose just so they could say, hey man, no, look, you've been coasting and you've been getting a pass your whole career. And then now that's not fair because you figure, hey, Devin is just a more defensive fighter. He taking the same criticism that in many ways Shakur finds himself facing. But at the same time, if you're willing to take the rematch, if you fight it again, I think that does a lot to satisfy media such as yourselves. People will say, no, you know what? Fight him again. Let's have it for real. You know what I mean? And Manny, he obviously, he wouldn't be mad at another $30 million for fighting Barrios. I say run it back.
Barrios
His manager talked about fighting Rolly too, though, just as much.
Rolly told me whoever wins, I'm jumping in the ring, and I was like, well, there's a draw. No one's jumping. That sucks for him too now, right?
Barrios was fighting his idol last night.
Yeah.
He let Manny dictate that fight, be the rule breaker, told him you're hitting me low, stop, break. I would have fucked Manny up.
How many low blows did he call?
Like,
you touched on that. How many low blows?
None.
3, right?
I didn't call him a low blow.
No, but I'm saying how many times did Manny call a low blow?
3 times.
4 times?
He
Probably even more than that. That's Manny's thing.
He called a low blow like 4 times.
That's Manny's thing.
And break is his thing too, everybody.
But all of the breaks and all of the hand touch and all that kind of stuff, you're right, and he was fighting
much
his
respect,
idol.
man.
I don't think that this fight really warrants a rematch. I think that it really wasn't. It's not going to sell because but we'll see.